criminal arrested by Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati. Chapter 2. Language of Innocent. When she was informed of the reality about all humans 2.0 by Lords, she finally realized none of humans 2.0 thinks, speaks, and acts righteous as language of innocent but trapped in negativity with a broken heart, thinks, speaks, and acts evil as the proceed of their pre-programmed fatal destiny. When a river is frozen, underneath remains a current. When the sky is absent of color beneath the globe, another world comes to light. When my heart is alone somewhere, another heart beats my name in code that only paradise can hear. Explanation. When she was informed the reality of creations and also change management of planet Earth, she finally realized former Lord Sky God regime as Sinhar Anu, Sinhar Enki, Sinhar Enlil, and money god Sinhar Marduk had already gone and away from Earth, replaced by Lord Sinhar Inanastamra and Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati. However, the hidden terrific influence created by them still remains among all humans 2.0. Sadly, they are pre-programmed as a money puppet who thinks, speaks, and acts evil against each other for their own greed as robotic rebel, refuse to end money and all private possession and money corporate structure but endless greed. That's the cause of biblical tragic happened in United States, China, United Kingdom, Europe, etc. When I explained to her about all humans 2.0 tragic, they all happened as egoistic humans 2.0 symptom repeated endlessly till all humans 2.0 are dead, from endless bloody money wars from hands of greedy elites and a deceptive land liberation from greedy mouths of elites to fool the mass. These histories are all recorded in Bible as false hope and false promise. However, due to arrogance of the mass driven by greed, they keep believing such nonsense stupidly and repeatedly. Lords already sent various military time travelers to testify, prove, and demonstrate how we had rescued greedy tragic of humans 2.0 forcefully with universal law governance for all disciplinarily. Just a march of lifelong government public academy for all without money, without private possession and without corporate structure. They all testified Lord's righteousness as the arrival of true paradise for all instead of allowing humans 2.0 tragic keeps going on insanely as a pre-programmed fatal destiny. These military time travelers all lived the era of faith and the absolute truth of biblical history as Lord Sinhar Inanastamra and Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati are my saviors. Reality about material dimensions creation. Time doesn't exist at the sense humans 2.0 has perceived mistakenly when they are trapped within materialism, disconnected from the prime creator as God. They misunderstood reality about cosmos, universe, and life, ignored universal law and twisted life and creations greedily and destructively. As governor of this matrix, as Lord of Time, we are creators of this online game as a galaxy you are living presently. Everything within is constructed according to the principle of universal law derived from nature of prime creator as God. We are one and we are all part of God. We not only created and hosted galaxy, created the solar system and planet Earth, but also many different versions of God mind genetic soul carrier as humans 2.0, humans 3.0, etc., as game avatars for life to enter our game to practice creation and accumulate experience and knowledge. Sharing in life intelligent system for all life. Beside life intelligent system as universal supercomputer, we also maintained a life system just as a member system within our game to keep track of all players within our game. Visual presentation of language of innocent. Godly united thought, united voice and united act as expression of God with divine nature of selfless and faithful. God mind genetic soul carrier functions as instrument of God. This is the visual presentation as how our God-mind genetic soul carrier should function properly and intelligent as an expression of God. We created everything according to the principle of universal law, derived from divine nature of prime creator as God since everything is powered up by our prime creator as God. Explanation. This is how God-mind genetic soul carrier should function properly and intelligently as an expression of God with united righteous thoughts as godly thinking, words as gospel and acts as godly doing. We are one as all God's children. Creation of different versions of God. Mind genetic soul carrier are just uniforms or game avatars for entering different kinds of online games as material and non-material dimensions to practice creations and accumulate experience and knowledge for sharing to all via God as intelligent life system. God mind genetic soul carrier is an instrument of God. They are designed and created according to the principle of universal law, the principle of divine nature of God, functions as an expression of God. In practice, no one is perfect as they will be tested and tempted by the illusion in material dimensions deceptively when unattended, becomes fallen angels or antichrists. Such deception is created by the problem of egoistic misbelief, especially when humans 2.0 enslaved with self-centered egoistic and materialistic money belief, they show symptoms of greed, brutal, cruel and arrogant, etc. generally known as egoistic humans 2.0 symptom. Scientifically, both organic or biological God-mind genetic soul carrier is a quantum computing information system, whereas biological one is much easier to be tested and tempted by the material illusion when unattended. Different belief systems generate different level of vibes which determine connectivity to life intelligent system as God, our prime creator. That's a scientific reality as greed makes us very stupid. Is my heart deaf or is there no one who can speak the language of innocence? Innocence, when words suffer meaning and gallop away in its presence. I have seen it. Felt it. I have loosened its secrets in the blushing skin when upturned eyes witness its home and never turn away. And never turn away. There is this world of slumbering hearts and hollow love. But it cannot carry me to daylight. My craving is so different and it can never be turned away. A picture worth 1,000 words. Hopelessness of humans 2.0, why no one could speak the language of innocence. Biblical Gospel explanation. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And some people, craving money, have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. Timothy 6:10. Those who want to be rich, however, fall into temptation and become ensnared by many foolish and harmful desires that plunge them into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. By craving it, some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. But you, O man of God, flee from these things and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, perseverance, and gentleness. Explanation. Biblical Satan money god Sinhar Marduk is presently being worshipped everywhere around the world by all humans 2.0 as his greedy robotic rebel race as Antichrist. Everywhere we seen greedy humans 2.0 constructs and worships satanic money god Sinhar Marduk's temples day and night as Federal Reserve, central banks, stock markets, currency markets, commodity markets, etc. loves and worships his money, stock shares, etc. and these greedy elites work in his money empire regime as his evil forces to promote money enslavement for all and bring everything for sale under his money chain. Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati had already shared her glory to represent democratic government of Nibiru to replace him as Lord of Earth and Lord of Life on Earth decades ago. However, his manipulated hidden terrific influence among all humans 2.0 never ends till justice action of lords finally. Reference, Titanic film, Official autobiography of Lord Sinhar Ambar Anati.
And even in the morning, when light has come, I don't know what to do.
The manipulation mechanism behind Humans 2.0 and the solution provided by Lords and Humans 3.0 to fix Humans 2.0 is very similar logically as what was described and experimented by founder of Buddhism, as he was able to comprehend the reality of life and manipulation mechanism behind genetic soul carrier Humans 2.0 cosmologically as the manipulation of consciousness as negativity with desire and greed. Money rarely exists in galaxy but planet Earth as a medium to induce, to create, and to manipulate desire and greed consciously as negativity to initiate the whole manipulation mechanism and for entrapment, spinning the reincarnation wheel of life with negative desire and accumulated negativity randomly, unconsciously, and infinitely. According to my insanity investigation on behalf of Lords regarding egoistic Humans 2.0 symptom, although there is few enlightened ones tried to lift the mass from terrific hidden influence of former Lord Money God Sinhar Marduk, all their efforts are destroyed as usual. For example, spiritual philosophers as Siddhartha Gautama as founder of Buddhism and Jaimanuel who falsely named as Jesus Christ, based on their spiritual philosophical teaching, inspired political philosopher as Karl Marx who tried to get rid of egoistic Humans 2.0 symptom and their fatal destiny by transforming society, lifting the society from capitalism to socialism. Karl Marx failed to understand what caused egoistic Humans 2.0 symptom. Simply political and economic reform can never lift them from such hidden terrific influence as all Humans 2.0 still think, speak, and act on behalf of one's greed. Still service to self with greed with endless interest fighting among themselves for greed stupidly. Therefore, when in practice, all Marxism followers failed as usual as ideology due to egoistic Humans 2.0 symptom and reality will just as what he once prophesied, only Lords could save Humans 2.0 from their fatal destiny.
Even in the silence, I hear my heart. It's still a part of you.
Final warning from Lords regarding Judgment Day. We create different online games and avatars in Cosmos level, creating, hosting and maintaining these online games and policing them with universal law as Lords with absolute authority. As a player, obey our universal law governance is a must if you want to stay in our game, otherwise, when Judgment Day happened, we will remove all Humans 2.0 players out of our game as game admin.